Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of AI Governance Weekly with myself Gavin here on the AI Governance Engineering YouTube channel. So while everyone's watching the US and EU duke it out over how to regulate AI, India's been quietly building something different, and it's happening sector by sector, starting with the place where regulation matters most, the financial system. So here's why India's approach to AI governance might actually be smarter than you're seeing in the West. So on August 13th this year, the Reserve Bank of India dropped its free AI framework, and that's the framework for responsible and ethical enablement of artificial intelligence for the entire financial sector. This follows years of groundwork, including SEBI's AI reporting requirements for mutual funds that started back in 2019, and a fresh consultation paper SEBI released in June this year. Meanwhile, India's Digital Personal Data Protection Act was signed in August 2023, with draft rules coming out in January this year. And while that broader data law still hasn't kicked in yet, the financial sector isn't waiting around. They're moving ahead with sector-specific AI governance right now. So here's what makes India's approach interesting and different. Instead of trying to pass one massive AI law that covers everything at once, India's letting sector regulators like RBI and SEBI build frameworks specifically for their domains, which means the rules actually fit how the industry works. The RBI's free AI framework targets every financial institution under its watch: banks, NBFCs, payment operators, fintechs, basically anyone touching money in India's digital ecosystem. Now, here's where it gets practical. The framework lays out 7 core principles they call sutras: trust, people first, innovation, fairness, accountability, explainability, and resilience. And these aren't just nice sounding words, they're backed up by 26 specific recommendations across 6 pillars covering everything from infrastructure to consumer protection. On the SEBI side, they've required quarterly AI reporting from mutual funds since 2019, way before most countries even started talking about AI transparency. And their June 2025 consultation paper goes further, proposing governance requirements for anyone using AI in securities markets. What this means for companies is you're looking at a regulatory system that's practical but comprehensive, sector-focused oversight that actually understands the specific risks in finance. So how does this work? Well, let me walk you through how this actually plays out if you're a financial institution in India using AI. The free AI framework says your board needs to approve AI policies and maintain ultimate accountability, even if you're using third-party AI tools. You've got to tell customers when they're dealing with AI, give them a way to challenge AI-driven decisions, and report incidents when something goes wrong. The framework recommends setting up an AI innovation sandbox. Think of it like a testing environment with anonymized data, where you control models safely before full deployment. And here's something clever. The RBI wants to create common anonymous datasets that financial institutions can use for training, which helps address the bias problem without exposing sensitive customer data. On the SEBI side, if you're a mutual fund using AI, you're filling out quarterly reports detailing what AI systems you're using, what claims you're making about them, and what safeguards are in place to prevent abnormal behavior, and how you're meeting cybersecurity requirements. The key difference from the EU AI Act or California's SB 53, well, India's not trying to regulate AI as technology, it's regulating how financial institutions use AI to serve customers and manage risk. And that's a fundamentally different approach, and lets regulators leverage their existing expertise instead of building something from scratch. So what to watch? So do mark these dates. The Digital Personal Data Protection Act rules are still in public consultation, and once those are finalised, you're looking at privacy requirements that will layer on top of these sector frameworks. The NITI Aayog, which is India's policy think tank, is expected to release comprehensive AI governance guidelines in February this year that could shape future legislation across all sectors. And keep an eye on the India AI mission. And that's a $1.25 billion government investment in AI infrastructure, compute clusters, and indigenous model development. If RBI's multi-stakeholder standing committee gets formed as recommended, that'll be your signal that this framework is transitioning from guidance to active enforcement. So, what should you do with this? Well, first, if you're operating in India's financial sector or planning to, Start treating AI governance as table stakes now. Don't wait for rules to become mandatory. RBI is signalling a tolerant supervisory stance for institutions that proactively implement safeguards. Second, document everything about your AI systems, how they work, what data they use, what decisions they make, and what could go wrong. That documentation framework they're pushing isn't just compliance theatre, it's what will protect you when regulators come asking questions. And third, if you're building fintech products for India, engage with these frameworks early and build with them in mind. The sector-specific approach means you can't just copy-paste compliance strategies from other markets. You need India-specific governance. So once again, guys, thank you for watching this episode of AI Governance Weekly, and I shall see you again soon for more. Thank you.